Yo, what is up everybody? It is Phoenix Risen bringing you a brand new video today. I thought I'd do something a little different and go depth on something. Got Valorant up. Agent select screen. Open practice. So I'm going to break down all of the abilities, possible usefulness of these abilities. Something I haven't seen a whole bunch of in entirety, so this video may be a little bit long, and we're gonna find out. Bear with me, and we'll figure it out. Also, I got a new mouse, so I'm on the struggle bus trying to figure out where the settings that I want are. So we're gonna start with Breach. Breach is an initiator, so he's a entry fragger. His Q is Flashpoint. Equip a blinding charge, fire the charge to set a fast-acting burst through the wall. The charge detonates to blind all players looking at it. See some usefulness in there soon. Fault line is E. Equip a seismic blast, hold fire to increase the distance. Release to set off the quake, dazing all players in its zone and in a lineup to the zone. C is aftershock. Equip a fusion charge, fire the charge to set a slow-acting burst through the wall. Burst does heavy damage to anyone caught in its area. And X, ultimate, rolling thunder. Equip a seismic charge, kind of like the E. See the difference here soon. Fire to send a cascading quake through all terrain in a large cone. Quake dazes and knocks up anyone caught in it. So we'll lock that in. We'll jump in here real quick. And we're just gonna head on over to the range.
Right there.
We're just gonna stay with the pistol. We're gonna hit practice.
Right there.
All right. Now we're done playing around. So C. Cool thing about Breach is you've probably ran into a couple Breach and you're like, what the fuck did what just happened?
Here we go.
So his C will go through walls. So let's say I'm sitting right over here. Well, we'll actually use this one. That hurts quite a bit. 32 is a lot. Gonna shut off. Do it again. Now you only get one of these equipped per game. With yeah, it hurt him a little bit. So we'll move on to Q. You get 2 charges of this if you buy them. Obviously, you buy it as well.
Blinding.
The little icon that shows up on them shows that they're blinded.
Here we go. Flash out.
See how they have the haziness around their eyes? That is your sign that they are blinded. E
Right there.
is your quake. In a normal game, the mini map will be up in the left and it will show you how far you can go with this, but it has a pretty good visual cue as well. Max charge doesn't increase the actual ability, it's your range.
Forever.
Now you can see they have the daze symbol on them. Show you real quick through here.
Blinding.
I can.
Flash out. Blinding.
That's the blind.
Concussing.
It doesn't hurt us, but if you've been against a Breach, you've felt it before. Now X is like an extension of that. It's much wider and a lot more devastating, and there's no charge to it. Actually knocks you up so people can frag you while you're in the air. Set those. So some of the utility that you can use with breach is, let's say,
Flash out!
you're entering, hit your angles, your C, you know for a fact somebody is sitting in this corner. You're either gonna force them out because you can see there's a lot of time in between the cast and the hit. Kind of the same with the E. And X, they're just kind of screwed. They can hear it, there's a visual or an audio cue. But if they're dead center of it when you cast, it's really hard to get out of. It's just kind of a bit. So, we're going to change character. We're going to go to Brimstone. Brimstone is a controller. He has very good map control with his smokes. Oh, we'll get into that. So, what a lot of people consider is Molotov, incendiary, equip an incendiary grenade launcher, fire to launch a grenade that detonates as it comes to rest on the floor, creating a lingering fire zone that damages players with the zone. Show you that. Sky smoke, equip a tactical map, fire to set locations where brimstone smoke clouds will land, alternate fire to confirm, launching long-lasting smoke clouds that block vision in the selected area, and stim beacon. Equip a stim beacon, fire to toss the stim beacon in front of the brimstone upon landing. Stim beacon will create a giant field that grants players rapid fire. That does include enemy players, so be careful how you use that. And then orbital strike, we've all been orbital struck. And it's no fun, okay? Alright, so get into this. Show you some stuff. So we'll start with the stim. Now you can see how fast I can shoot there.
Beacon down.
It basically gives us a little bit of superpowers for a few minutes. Molotov.
Molly.
Cool thing is you can bounce this off of walls.
Molly.
Pretty devastating if they stay in it. The E are smokes. You can see it doesn't go throughout the whole map. Say we wanted to smoke this, this, and this. Each one of these is super effective. So you'll left click and then right click to activate. And it gives you kind of a entry point. Or if you just don't want to see them, if you don't want them to see you cross. Then we've got our orbitals. Absolutely insane. Let's pretend that this is A site. You know for a fact they're planning on A, even though you're at B, don't have time to rotate. So let's give you a little time to rotate.
Open up the sky.
Now you heard how many hit markers that was. It's absolutely devastating. It's just absolutely insane, man. Come back to the Molly real quick. It's not the end of the world, but you get caught in it and there's a gunfight that happens, you're kind of screwed. Alright, we're going to switch over to Cypher, one of my favorites. Cypher is a sentinel. He can lock down areas, watch flanks on both the attacker and defender rounds. Cyber Cage is his Q. Instantly toss the Cyber Cage in front of Cypher. Activate to create a zone that blocks vision of those enemies who pass through it. Spy Cam. Equip a Spy Cam, which is stealth at first. Activated, it comes out of stealth. You can fire a marker, they have to take off of themselves. So it buys you time. Trapwire, fire to place a destructible and covert trapwire at the targeted location, creating a line that spans between the placed location and the wall opposite. And then neural theft, alt, will reveal all enemy players on the map. Super, super awesome. I believe they actually added feature where they show up yellow as well. Let's lock them in. Alright. So, we're going to start with C. A couple of things you need to know. If they are walking, they can hear that noise. If they're running, they're not going to get the cue until it's a little too late. Unfortunately, I can't throw out an enemy one. But if you hit it, they've got to stop, shoot, and then come back. So as soon as you hear that the trapwire is hit, you need to go frag those people, because they are not focused on the fight coming up. And if they don't hit that, then they get stunned, which is way worse for them. So then, I'm actually going to move on to E first. Let's move on to E. So E is great if you're trying to hold on to a point or trying to watch your flank without actually being there. That noise, right now it's stealth. You can see that it's no longer stealth for a split second there. They will shoot at it, they'll destroy it, and then it goes back to stealth after about a second and a half. Super, super awesome. Now, the reason I wanted to do E first is because of Q. So, let's say you really, really just want to mess with them. You're on site, your camera's across the map. You can use your camera and activate Cyber Cage, which does make a noise when they enter. You can hear them, and it's super awesome. They're slowed just for a split second.
Cage triggered.
So you can use this in a lot of ways. If you're trying to get across.
Cage triggered.
You know you need to cross to rotate, and there might be somebody there. It's a good utility. And
Give me
then
a corpse.
neural theft. You need a dead enemy, which I don't think you can do. Okay. Yeah, you can't. So you need an enemy.
Give me a corpse.
And you'll be able to hit X, and it'll show up on your minimap where everybody is. Super, super fun. Jet. She is the bane of my existence. So Jet, they duelist. Her Q, updraft, basically jump die. E is tailwind. She can move in any direction that push your E in. C is cloudburst, and X is blade storm. We'll get more into here in a second. Lock this in. So this is actually a really good spot to show you Q. So, as you can see, you can get to places that you normally couldn't go as Jet. Just with Q. Get on top of crates. Really go wherever you want to go. Now, E is the dash forward. Or dash sideways. Dash backwards. Really, really good to use in conjunction with Q. Or to peek. Getting shit on. Back out. Now, one big thing to notice. There is a split second between those abilities before you pull your gun back up. Then you've got the detriment. If you hold spacebar, you float. So you can go as high as you want. And just float back down. Obviously, your accuracy is not that good. So, now we will get into a C. You can just tap it, or for those of you that haven't been playing this for a while, hold it. And you can direct it with your mouse.
Blocking sight.
So if you want to
Blocking sight.
smoke around a corner, then smoke around the corner. If you're on bind and your teammate is
Blocking sight.
planning, and you need to block that off, do it.
Watch this.
Now we've got the ult. With the left click, it's a single.
Watch this. Watch this.
It's a single knife. Every time you get a kill, your knife will refill.
Watch this.
Or if you're not confident in your headshots with the single knife,
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
you can unload the entire load on him with right click.
Watch this. Watch
So,
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
pretty nice to do it.
Watch this.
So, Jet can go places most people can't.
Watch this.
And if you have somebody who's insanely accurate, she is a pain in the ass.
Watch this.
So if you know there's a Jet on the opposite team, make sure to look up. She could be there. Yeah. Next, we're going to go on to my second favorite, Phoenix. I didn't explain his abilities. I will after I show him. So, we are going to come down here. We'll start with Q. Q is flash. You'll have to play around a little bit to get used to where it goes. You have your Q, you throw it out, and it's not around the corner, it's gonna flash you. Or you can throw it out, look away, and you get flashed for a lot less time. But most of the time, you're gonna want to flash and go in. If you flash for no reason, then I really feel like you've wasted an ability. If you're flashing for a teammate, make sure to let them know that you're flashing. You can left click to throw it left, and you right click to throw it right. Pretty simple. Now we're gonna go on to the flame wall. Two ways you can do this.
Going up.
Straight out. Now look at the bottom left. It's healing me. Fire heals Phoenix. Your fire heals. Let me throw that out there. Your fire heals Phoenix. You can throw it out, or kind of like Jet. And I use this a little bit to ward off plants.
Going up.
You can curve it. And you can curve it however you want.
Going up.
Very nice. So say you need time to plant.
Going up.
I just made a little U. You plant, back out, you shoot. Super simple. E is another healing device. Honestly, I use this most of the time just to heal myself. Super, super effective. But if you're ever in a pinch,
Careful now.
and you need to get a little extra damage there, that's how you get that little extra damage. You're about to go in a gunfight, you know they're right there. Now, we get to do the fun part. The ult. I'll run it back. I'm sure you've seen this and it's super annoying.
Come on, let's go.
So Phoenix will ult. He'll come in, either get intel. Most of the time they're trying to frag you. Basically a free kill. When the timer's out, they return back to where they were.
Come on, let's go.
You'll see the spot. They can also see that spot. So a lot of people will sit and wait for that Phoenix to come back if they're behind them. So just always watch your flank on that. By the way, his Q is called Curveball, E is Hot Hands, C is Blaze, and X is Run It Back. On to Sage. Sage is a sentinel, has the ability to really control the map a lot. Get into that. She fires a slow orb. Q. I won't get too into these until we actually get into it. E is a healing orb. That is your signature ability. You get to use it at a time. I think on a 30-second cooldown. C is barrier orb. You'll see more about that. And then resurrection is pretty self-evident, I believe. So we'll go over here for... I needed that damage anyway. So we'll go with Q first. Slow orb. Look on the bottom. It says slowed. If you are slowed and you are running, you are making noise. That noise. You are walking, you don't make that noise. So if you have to push through, because mama didn't raise no bitch, make sure you're walking. Most of the time a Sage will throw that out there because they think you might come that way. Not necessarily because they know. Move slow, walk with your cursor up. C, the wall. If you want to bottleneck them, make it so they can only come one way. Do it. Now the enemy can come this way. That's it. So all I've got to do, watch this right here. Oh, I see him. Cool. It is on a time limit, but it's also pretty strong. You can shoot it. there, you hold your right mouse button and you can rotate it. I highly suggest if you're going to wall something, know what you're going to wall first. Rotate the way that it's going to be. You don't have to mess around with, okay, I'm rotated like this, so I have to move over here to do that. No. Rotate it how you know you need it to be. The other cool thing is a lot of people rely on Sage a lot for a lot of things. One of them, Jet loves you. Omen loves you.
Wall raised.
Raise yourself up, man.
Wall raised.
You can only get one per round, but that was just for... I've also seen people make cool little obstacle
Barrier
courses.
created. Barrier created. Wall raised.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Anyway. And then your resurrection. Nice. E is your heal. You left click on a player, you heal them. You right click, heal yourself. Pretty simple. You'll see the corner that shows you how long it takes. Then resurrection. If you know the enemy is right there and your player died right here, don't just run up and try to res them. Either wait until they're gone, make a distraction, or if you think you've got the shot and you know you can take them out, res them as a distraction. And then immediately move in and pop them. But they're all there. Don't just run out here and hit X and come up. The other thing about E is it's line of sight. So if I have a teammate over by that portal and I can still see him, I can still heal him. He's around the corner behind a wall. I can see his outline. I can't heal him. Has to be in line of sight. All right, we'll move on to Sova. I probably did. He is an initiator. Really, really good for vision, everything. So his shock bolt, equip a bow with a shock bolt, fire to send this explosive bolt forward, detonating upon collision and damaging players nearby, hold fire to extend the range of the projectile, alternate fire to add up to bounces to an arrow. He is recon bolt, he is owl drone, and X is hunter's fury. So we're gonna check this out. Okay. First, we're going to go ahead and use C, owl drone.
Deploying drone.
With the owl drone, you can fire bolts at people to see where they're at.
Deploying drone.
The reason I wanted to do this one so early is because of the ult. It's not one that you see many people utilize very well, but you do see them utilize it. So this is going to give you guys fair warning as to how the hell did you know I was there. So our Q, got a couple ways you can do this.
Shock dart.
Just straight up. One bounce.
Shock dart.
Two bounces. To add a bounce, left click or right click. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen a lot of really good Sova players. They have their lineups just right. They can just nail anything from across the map pretty much. Pretty cool.
Shock dart.
Doesn't do a whole bunch of damage.
Shock dart.
Yeah, 29. But it's a good initiator. I mean, it's free damage. You get 2 of those per round if you buy them. Recon bolt. Same with the bounces.
Revealing area.
That recon bolt sitting in here is going to tell me anybody in here. If they're out here behind this wall, I will not see them. And I know you can shoot that right there. That's cool. So let's just look at it here. And it can be shot by the enemy team. Just be mindful of that. Now, Hunter's Fury. Your enemies will show up red. This is where you use the Aldrone.
Take flight.
Bottom out. Oh, I see one over here. Cool.
I am the hunter!
It'll help you track them. And it does go through walls. It'll show up on your mini-map how far it goes. Pretty awesome. That's really all for Sova's ability. Get creative, guys. Just play around with them. Have fun. You can do some sick outplays with some of this stuff. Next is Omen. Controllers are experts in slicing up dangerous territory to set their team up for success. And Omen is, I think he's B tier right now, but in the right hands, Omen is absolutely insane. His Q is Paranoia. Instantly fire a shadow projectile forward, briefly reducing the vision range of all players it touches. The projectile can pass straight through walls. E is Dark Cover. Equip a shadow orb and see its range indicator. You'll see that on the mini-map. C is Shrouded Step, and X is From the Shadows. Kind of get into what these do.
Blinding.
Let's just teleport down there. That'll be fun. So, C, teleport. Q,
Stealing sight. Blinding.
now you'll see that they have this kind of shroud on them. They can't see very far. If you've ever been hit with it, you know it's super annoying, and I don't get hit with it often, so when I do, I kind of freak out a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Shadows traveling.
Now we've got our smoke.
Cover going out.
The distance will show up on your
Cover going
mini-map.
out.
So, say you go to UZ. You can bring it back with you.
Shadows traveling.
Now we've got our shadow. Now we teleport in. We plant the bomb. We teleport out. Or we know there's somebody in this corner. Probably looking right at this door. Just have fun with it. A lot of fun. Then we'll go with X. We can teleport anywhere on the map. There's a little bit of caution to be had there. In this state, they can shoot your shadow. Most people have gotten really smart lately and will wait until you're there and start shooting.
Watch them run.
You can see there's just a split second that they can get that shot off on your head. Yeah, that's really Omen. And you can... I can't TP. TP up on boxes. TP behind people. It's really fun. We'll move on to... We really should save her for best, but we're just gonna do it. Raze is another duelist, kind of like Jet, where you can get some Serious highlight reels. Just insane. So, she's got her blast pack as Q. It's like a C4 charge. Those. Paint shells. It is the really annoying cluster grenade. C is I refuse to call it anything but Roomba. Sorry. And showstopper is the rocket launcher. Show you guys some stuff right quick.
Satchel out.
So,
Satchel out.
what? Oh, okay.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
So you can use your Q, obviously,
Satchel
to
out.
burst up. C is Roomba.
Bomb buddy out.
Now, if you put this somewhere
Bomb buddy
it's
out.
not going to find anybody, it's just going to go around aimlessly. So make sure you aim it at least somewhere decent.
Here comes the party. Satchel out.
So we'll do that
Here
again.
comes the party.
Sure, all of you have seen that. Everybody's seen. And then our E is our cluster grenade. You can do some really sick outplays with her. Just sick. And those do a ton of damage. There's 82. Most of the time I die in those. Not gonna lie.
Satchel out. Here comes the party.
That's pretty much Raze. I mean, that's Raze in a nutshell. And then we've got Viper. I did not go through any of her names because I think Viper is, other than her ult, is pretty damn useless. But I also haven't played with her much, so if anybody disagrees with that, or like me to play some more Venom, or Viper, Venom, whatever, drop a comment down below and we will talk about it. If you guys want it, I'll do it. So, C. Acid spit. It hurts. It decays you pretty quick. And speaking of decay, so your Q will not activate until you Q again. See what looks like a timer? That is how much of your toxin you have. Once that goes away,
Poison's off.
so does your orb. Then it'll refill. And then you can use it again. However much you want. Same with the E.
Poison orb emitting.
Your toxins go really fast. You're using both. Your E can go
Toxin screen down.
forever. I mean, you see how long that is. It's forever.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
And then we'll go into the ult. So, actually, in here. I'll probably use Vector. Ult it.
Don't get in my way.
So it brings up a cloud. In this cloud, they all decay. When they leave, their health regenerates, their shields regenerate. When you leave, smoke integrity on the top. If that bar goes away, so does your ult. This is really, really, really good for planning. Honestly, really good for diffusing as well, because they have to find you. The best thing I found to outplay that is to rush. Rush hard. If you can, kill everybody but her. And then rush in with your whole team and kill her. Sometimes you're gonna come against a really good Viper and it's just not gonna work when she has her ult. Luckily, she doesn't have it all the time, so you're gonna be fine. And that really wraps it up for all of the abilities in Valorant. If you guys want to see actual gameplay, please comment down below to tell me which agents you want to see the most of. I'll get some gameplay of those agents. Make sure to come on back, hit the like and subscribe button, and hit the little bell, ding, and check to see when new videos are out. Thank you guys very much. Peace.